What is up, Budget Billers? My name is Trill and happy March the 1st. Today we have information on a new statewide child tax credit. And this is not just for children. This would also apply to adult dependents up to the ages of 24 years old. This is going to be very beneficial for those low and moderate income families with children. Also, guys, President Biden responded to a reporter regarding the thought that the Russian President Putin could use his nuclear powers on Ukraine. We also have another blow to the Biden administration as far as passing legislation. The infamous Senator Joe Manchin has went against the Biden administration once again on a new bill by going against it and siding with the Republicans. And lastly, guys, hey, for those of you who are in favor of the Biden administration, or you just really love watching the State of the Union address every single year, well, President Biden will be giving his first State of the Union address later this evening. And there are some new rules that just changed, and the GOP is not happy at all about the latest change. Now, guys, hey, if you're interested in any of these topics today and you want to be a part of this channel, hey, be so kind and go ahead and subscribe to it. It's totally free. And if you end up liking today's video, then go ahead and hit that like button for us. It really helps out this channel. Now, let's go ahead and start with the video. Okay, guys, before we get started, I wanted to thank you for all your support on my new YouTube channel that will be launching hopefully next week with my first video. You guys have been subscribing to the channel, so I want to thank you for that. Also, guys, don't forget to go ahead and subscribe to me on Instagram, where it is Mr. Budget Bill, where I'm starting to post content every single day. But anyways, guys, hey, thank you for all your support. Okay, guys, the president's first address, or the State of the Union address to the American people, is going to be today on Tuesday, March the 1st. And exactly what you need to know ahead of his speech to the American people. Now, President Biden will deliver his first State of the Union sometime this evening, and his message to the nation comes as the coronavirus pandemic is set to enter its third year, as well as the Russian attack on the Ukraine, in which Biden has attempted to restore the fallen Soviet Union. Now, these issues are set against the backdrop of Biden's very low poll numbers and his looming midterm election that will serve as the most tangible assessment of Americans' faith in President Biden as well as the Democratic Party. Now, in addition to that, President Biden also is planning on announcing his plan to lower costs for American families during the State of the Union address. So this could be some very positive news coming out of this, especially for our low and moderate income families. Because we all know that inflation is going up like crazy right now, and Americans still don't have enough money to put food and clothes in their homes. But again, guys, hey, we will just have to tune in and see exactly what the president has to say. Whether you agree with him or whether you don't agree with him, it's still interesting to see what his plans are going forward. And as a result of this State of the Union address, hey, there have been some new changes according to those that are going to be in attendance at the official State of the Union, because they have changed the rules a little bit, and now wearing masks in the Capitol are not required. According to this article, it says that no mask required at Biden's State of the Union address, removing possible source of conflict with some Republicans. But it does state in this article that officials on Capitol Hill have lifted a requirement that masks be worn on the House floor, eliminating what could have been a point of contention with some Republican lawmakers at Tuesday's State of the Union speech. Now, the restricted mask mandates was setting the stage for potential conflicts during the address, given that some members of Congress, such as Georgia's GOP representatives Taylor Greene and Andrew Clyde, have flouted mask mandates and racked up fines in the process. But this new requirement has ended following a memo on Sunday from the U.S. Capitol's attendance physician, which is Dr. Brian Mohanan. Individuals may choose to wear a mask at any time, but it is no longer a requirement. So for some individuals, this is some very good news, guys, and you still have the option to go ahead and wear your mask if you guys are actually invited to this. But on to some news in regards to the invasion on Ukraine. Yes, unprecedented Western sanctions have been strangling the Russian economy. We have seen their price of their dollar, or what's called, I believe, rubies. Hey, they have gone from 20 per $1 in the US to now 100 to now $1 dollar in the US. So their economy has been extremely tanking, guys. Their value of their dollar in their country in Russia has been tanking because of this invasion on the Ukraine. And Putin is not happy. And as a result, guys, President Putin has declared a nuclear alert. Yes, this is crazy. This is serious, guys. And he is also seeking for Biden to seek some de-escalation. Now, it says that when the Russian leader ordered his nuclear forces into special combat readiness, the U.S. could have gone on high alert. Instead, the administration tried not to inflame him with what they are going to do in response to President Putin announcing this particular alert. And we did hear from President Biden, in which he told the American people, hey, you don't have anything to worry about in regards to a nuclear war with Russia. It says in this article, it says that Americans shouldn't be worried about a nuclear war with Russia. And President Biden offered a response when he was asked on Monday whether Americans should be worried about the possibility of a nuclear war breaking out with Russia. And Biden was attending the White House celebration of Black History Month, which was the last day yesterday. So we are very excited about the Black History Month for the year of 2022. But anyways, guys, hey, President Biden wants to calm down the American people to rest assured that there is no concern for a nuclear war to break out just yet. However, if Putin does go ahead and initiate this particular nuclear war and actually send some nuclear things to the Ukrainians, hey, we don't know exactly how the U.S. is going to respond to this, as well as our other NATO allies. So hopefully President Putin does not make that extra step in regards to any type of nuclear war. We do not want to enter into a World War III. But yes, it is being known that President Putin is really getting frustrated right now as far as how things have been going on the invasion in Ukraine. We are now on the 5th day of this invasion, in which President Putin initially thought that this would take like 2 to 3 days for them to be able to conquer Kyiv and go ahead and take it over. And we are now hitting with day number 5 on this invasion. But guys, hey, there have been a lot of support pouring into Ukrainians, in which all of the NATO allies, as well as including the United States, have been supplying military ammunition, military supplies, military convoy, all of those types of things. We have been supplying it to the Ukrainians and for them to be able to use it to fend off the Russians. And so far, they have done a pretty good job. And they have also had Ukrainians volunteering to make those Molotov explosions to be able to use as the Russians enter into the capital. So guys, there have been a lot of other individuals pouring into the Ukrainians in support, as well as the Ukrainians have raised over $13 million in cryptocurrency in order to help fight the Russian invasion. So this is some good news if you are against this particular invasion. Now, it says that the Ukrainian isn't just relying on foreign government aid to finance its defense against the Russian invasion. According to Reuters, reports that Ukrainian government has raised over $13 million in cryptocurrency from more than 18,000 contributors after it launched a crowdfunding effort on February the 26th to bolster its fight against the Russians. Now, the country has raised a total of $20 million since the invasion began, but got its biggest lift when it published wallet addresses for Bitcoin, Ethereum, and Tether on this past Saturday. So yeah, guys, this is pretty unique to be able to raise money using Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies. I mean, that kind of stuff is not really heavily tracked, in which all sorts of individuals around the world can actually donate these particular things to the Ukrainians in order for them to be able to buy more supplies, in order for them to be able to buy more food for the people that are fighting to save this country. So again, guys, that is some very good news to see. I will say myself, I am for the Ukrainians, in which I am not in favor of the Russians invading this particular country. But that's all I know, guys. I can't really speak on anything much more than what's going on as far as the news goes. But I am in highly support of the Ukrainians, and I hope that they pull this thing off. I really hope that they do, guys. But as we can see right here, guys, from some satellite images, it is showing that there is at least a 40-mile long Russian convoy that is closing in on Kyiv. Now, what this is showing is that it is a 40-mile road in which this is vehicles from Russia, and they are headed into Kyiv, which they are getting really close, guys. I believe they are in between like 20 miles up to 40 miles away from reaching the capital. Now, my question is, how are the Ukrainians going to fight off all of these vehicles that are coming in all at once? Now, initially, the reports are showing that the Russians had planned on circling around Kyiv and going ahead and kind of smothering them out. But I believe that there is some concerns on how the Russians are planning on doing that. But anyways, guys, this is very concerning because this is a lot of vehicles. And I will say, I don't know how the capital, as well as the Ukrainian residents, as well as the Ukrainian government and the military is going to fight off this many vehicles. But I hope that they have a plan in place to fight off this, in which they are going to defend their capital in Ukraine. But moving on, guys, hey, we do have another blow to the Biden administration. Right here in this article, it says that, yes, guys, Senator Joe Manchin has now joined the Senate GOP to block a bill that is going to guarantee abortion access. Once again, guys, Senator Joe Manchin is standing with the Republicans instead of standing with his Democratic Party. Now, it says right here on Monday night, Joe Manchin joined with Senate Republicans in opposition for this particular legislation on the right to an abortion. Now, senators voted 46-48 to move the bill towards a debate on the Senate floor, falling short of the 3/5 vote needed to move it forward. Now, the bill, which passed the House last year, ensures the right to an abortion and pushes back against state-level restrictions. The Senate's failed vote comes as the Supreme Court is weighing a case that would curb Roe versus Wade. Sadly, it looks like the Supreme Court will limit abortion rights on the coming months. That's why the bill is essential, Senate Majority Leader Chuck Schumer said. But this particular bill was guaranteed to fail because it needed 60 votes to move forward, and Manchin and Senator Bob Casey weren't formal co-sponsors of this particular bill. But Casey had previously said that he would vote to start the debate on this bill. He asked about Manchin's no vote. Yes, a spokesperson for Manchin said Senator Manchin's position has not changed. So again, guys, another blow to the Democratic Party as well as the Biden administration. And all of this is, again, coming from Senator Joe Manchin, in which I want to remind you guys, he is registered as a Democrat. But as you can see from these past pieces of legislation, yes, it seems like he is siding for majority of those with the Republican Party. So I beg the question, is Senator Joe Manchin really a Republican or is he a Democrat? Let me know down below in the comments section, guys. I'm curious to see how you guys vote, whether or not Senator Joe Manchin is actually a Democrat. And lastly, but not least, guys, hey, we do have some good news for one state, because they are now introducing a statewide child tax credit. And yes, this article says that a state level child tax credit would make New Jersey a more affordable place to raise a family in. Yes, guys, a state-level child tax credit would make New Jersey a more affordable place to raise a family, according to a new report from the New Jersey Police Perspective. And yes, in this report, it says that making New Jersey affordable for families, the case for a state-level child tax credit. Now, the NJPP examined two possible models for a state-level child tax credit. Both are inspired by a similar credit at the federal level and targeted families that earn less than 250% of the federal poverty level, which equals about $69,000 per year for a family of four. Now, one targets children under the age of 6 years old, and one includes all children under the age of 18 years old, as well as adult dependents up to 24 years old. Now, using either proposal, a state-level child tax credit would provide immediate help to low and middle income families with children. Now, these particular reports proposed a young child tax credit would give a tax credit of up to $582 and $553 on average per household for each eligible child and reach approximately 186,000 households and 449,000 children. Now, the reports propose all ages child tax credit would give a tax credit of up to $187 and $246 on average per household for each eligible child and reach an approximately 424,000 households and 792,000 children. Now, according to the NJPP, each child tax credit would cost roughly around $100 million. But making New Jersey affordable for families raising children means that giving them the resources that they need to address everyday challenges, according to Peter Chin. And these particular child tax credits would help families meet the high cost of food, rent, childcare, and everything else that kids need to be happy as well as for them to be healthy. Now, the federal child tax credit has shown that this is a policy that has worked in the past and one that can and should be replicated at the state level. So again, guys, hey, those that live in the state of New Jersey, hey, they are trying to give more stimulus checks to the American people that live in the state of New Jersey by introducing this statewide child tax credit. This is going to give some more needed funds to those individuals that have children in their families under the age of 24 years old. But again, guys, this is some great news, and I hope that this particular piece of legislation ends up getting passed in the state of New Jersey. And if it does, that could mean more good information and news for other states as well. Because usually once you see one state introduce something that is actually working, then you tend to see other states follow suit and go ahead to try to implement those same types of things. But anyways, guys, hey, I hope all of this information in this video was helpful to you today. Well, anyways, guys, hey, that's all I have for you today. Now, if you enjoyed this type of content and you want to see more, hey, go ahead and subscribe to the channel. It's totally free. And if you end up liking today's video, then go ahead and hit that like button for us. It really helps out this channel as well as it tells YouTube to share this video with others. But anyways, guys, hey, I appreciate you guys stopping by and watching, and I hope to see you on the next video.